That took me a second, Hayden, but I got it. Everybody tell Daddy Daldo to get well soon. Thank you. Well, good evening, friends. Hello, Synthesizer Sam, Anakim, Scoob, Daddy Daldo, of course, and only Drebs. It's good to see you. Happy... what day is it? Thursday? Yeah. Here's the game plan. I'm going to see if I can finish this. All that needs to be done is the bottom layer. Around here. We're gonna watch that video together and suffer. See if I can get a hang of it. And then once I do that, we're gonna watch a documentary. Documentary on lockpicking. What I was supposed to be doing in March is now like 3 months late. That's cool. But hey, we're getting there. Yes, Sam. How are you today? Cheers. Okay. Gonna transition now and show you what the finished product will look like. It's gonna look like that. I think I'm pretty darn close. I waited a whole year before I started this up again. Typical yarn project. It should, right? I've tried it on. It fits. It's just, it's so close to being finished. I'm so nervous that I don't remember how to do it. And the thing about this girl and like every other video crochet tutorial I watch is that they cover their stitches with their thumbs to where I can't see which hole they're going into. It's very annoying. And this girl in particular, really suffers from that. But I really love a lot of her designs. Let's see if I can find my spot.
Hey guys, I'm T and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we make trendy and fun crochet tutorials twice a week, and if you haven't already, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to join in on the fun. Today I'll be teaching how to make a halter top. Halters don't get enough love, so let's change that. For this one, I tried a new strap that I'm loving, and there's some texture for a bit of spice. Speaking of, if you're looking to add some spice to your crochet life, you're in the right place. We've got hundreds of modern crochet designs, with more coming, so consider clicking the bell to subscribe and you'll never miss an upload. Also, do me a huge favor and give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, or 2 thumbs down if you don't. Either way, it's a great way to show support so I can keep putting out free tutorials every Wednesday and Sunday. Now it's time to get on the show, so without further ado, for this project...
For real, I don't even remember how to cast on. I don't remember how to make a slip knot.
Any category 4 yarn will work, but I used a total of 170 grams of yarn. That's 300 yards if you're stateside. As for tools, a 5mm hook, scissors, stitch markers, and a tape measure. There is a written pattern down below. Use offer code TCDDIY for a discount off any $9.99 plus order. Enter this week's pattern giveaway by telling us a streaming service you can't live without. For me, it's gotta be Disney Plus, cause I'm basically a big kid. Details for the giveaway down below. We're using 4 stitches for this project, and they'll be as follows. Chain, slip stitch,
Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. This tutorial is for a size small, but you can adjust it for your size, and we explain that to in the video, so let's get started.
Teach me how to cast on.
Getting this top started, we're all going to grab our category 4 yarn.
I legitimately was already holding it the wrong way. I was holding it the opposite, because that's what I do in knitting.
Yarn and make a slip knot.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Can she like slow down? Like, what the heck?
Getting this top started, we're all going to grab our category 4 yarn and make a slip knot.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble. I need to slow it down.
Getting this top started, we're all going to grab our category 4 yarn and make a slip knot.
Do you see what I mean? That she covers her fingers? Like, I gotta look up another tutorial just to tell me how to make a slip knot.
video showing how to crochet in under 60 seconds, and I've been getting a lot of questions about how to do the slip knot at the beginning. So we're just going to take this video, slow it down, and only focus on the slip knot. Hold the end of the yarn in your right hand like this. Take your left hand with 2 fingers and pick up the yarn. Twist it in a circle about like that to where you have created a loop. Now put your fingers through the loop like little pinchers. Use your little pinchers to grab the yarn and pull it back through your loop. I made a video showing
that didn't
how to
work
crochet in under 60 seconds, and I've been getting a lot of questions about
how that didn't work. Make your face big, you're so pretty, and your face is so small on screen. It's not my best day, Hayden. I'm sorry. Literally, I freaking can't.
The slip knot at the beginning. So we're just going to take this video, slow it down, and only focus on the slip knot. Hold the end of the yarn in your right hand like this. Take your left hand with 2 fingers and pick up the yarn. Twist it in a circle about like that to where you have created a loop. Now put your fingers through the loop like little pinchers. Use your little pinchers to grab the yarn and pull it back through your loop. I made a video showing how to crochet in under 60 seconds, and I've been getting a lot of questions about how to do the slip knot at the beginning. So we're just going to take this video.
Guys, I'm sorry. There. Happy now?
Thanks to a tech guy Paul for my sub gift.
Hey Meg, how you doing? Tudo tomorrow? Dude, Meg looks so good in all of her production photos, like so good. Like every single one. Fangirling. Everyone in that cast looks hot. Oi. I'm trying to relearn how to crochet. Oh boy. Starting real slow. I only didn't sneeze on cam because I knew that it wouldn't let me sneeze. I have news for whenever we can chat. We can chat whenever. If you want to chat on stream, we can chat on stream. Whatever you want. Oh boy, whatever news is. I suddenly remember how to crochet now that I did my needle hook. See, I'm like so out of the loop. Out of the loop. Gosh. Okay. Sorry, listen, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Oh, wait, let me send you a private message. It's not quite public yet. Interesting. Interesting, Meg. Interesting because she's getting married, and I know when the wedding date is, so if it's not that, what on earth would it be? That's exactly how Kit told me she was in a relationship back in the day. It's not quite public yet. That's so freaky. Please tell me immediately. Listen, I want you to be able to see what I'm looking at, what I'm trying to learn. So I'm taking you with me. I'm sorry, Hayden. We can go back to me occasionally. Oh, wait, before I do. I did send out Grunge and D3R Games bracelets. There still are 2 more left, and they look like this. Tan and gray. There you have it. Cool. That's covered. Oops.
Next, so now that we have our chain, we're going to block off that last chain, do a chain 1, and then into that chain that we blocked off, or the second chain from.
So basically all I need to do is what I did on the top in the round and just convert it to the bottom. So if I just remember how I did that, then we'll be good. Am I lagged? I'm not sure. Anyway.
And now that we're at the end of our row 3, we're going to slip stitch it into the base together one last time. So into that next available stitch into the base, insert your hook into there with a slip stitch to close off this row, and since to the strap, mine is this divot right here. So I'm just going to insert my hook into that top loop, single crochet, and let's do another one. Into that next stitch,
what a problem.
into the band, into the next side row within the strap. Mine is this raised row now, so I'm going to find that top loop, insert my hook into there, and single crochet. And we're going to continue to do this until we don't have any more stitches left to work into the band. Do a chain up of 1 and cut, and then we're going to do the same thing here on the other side. So I'll just show you where to insert your hook.
Oh man, this is exactly why I don't I don't crochet if there's no tutorial, because looking back at this, I am not comprehending what's going on. Like I really have to put myself in the right mindset.
All right, so now that this seam is all finished up, I did do a chain up of 1 and cut, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And more side rows left to work into. I will meet you guys back.
Trying to find how she did this top part here.
All right,
like
so
this
now
part.
that our single crochet row is all finished up, we're going to be making another band for the back.
Oh, I didn't do that.
So go ahead and start by making a chain the length that we would like for the back panel band to be. I want mine to match the front. So I'm going to start by making another chain of 5. And this is actually going to be done exactly to show you guys. If you guys had, and go ahead and insert your yarn onto your hook, pull through, and then do a chain up of 1 to secure. And all we're going to do is put 1 single crochet into every side row. Since we already know how to do this, let's just do the first 2. Start by finding our first available side row. Mine is this raised row right here, so I'm going to insert my hook into there.
See how she covers it with the yarn by accident?
I'm going to find my following side row, which is this divot. I'm going to insert my hook into there and single crochet into there as well, and that's it. I'm going to continue to do this, making my way all the way around.
Oh my gosh. Stop. Okay. Does anybody have a mouse where you need to click twice in order for it to work? Because that's what's happening. Thank you, Mike. Oh, yes, I got a message. Whoa! Wait, Meg, which one of the two is it? I think I know which one. Hey. You have a half click button? That's what it seems. Yeah. Everything I click, I need to click it twice. It's been like that for the past day. This is the only time you've gone to be on a database. I mean, technically I'm on Twitch Tracker. Does that count? What about Social Blade? What about Backstage? I don't know. Okay, so I actually have to do a row across before I extend it like this. I have to go across like this. Shut up, Meg. It's not that, it's squeaky feet. Get it right. Put some respect on its name. Okay, is this supposed to be inside out or what? I have so many questions.
And now our row 1 is nice and connected. And just continue to repeat these 2 rows with no increases and no decreases until into the band, into the next side row within the strap. Mine is this raised row.
They have different purposes. I'm pretty sure Feet Finder is just a scam. I haven't heard that title in a long time.
Now, so I'm going to find that top loop, insert my chain up of 1 to secure, and now we're just going to work our way all the way across, putting 1 single crochet into every side row. So start by finding that first side row. This is mine right here.
Someone followed me for this? I'd killer. Hello, thank you for following. How are you?
Insert your hook into there with a single crochet. This is my following side row. Insert my hook into there.
When she says this is the following side row, it makes no sense. I have low standards. This is a what a good first message. I swear we're not always like this. Okay. So I put it in the stitch and I do a slip stitch, and then I do 1 single crochet to permanently put it there, to secure it.
That first side row, this is mine right here. Insert your hook into there.
Too late. How obnoxious. Oh, Meg. Oh, it makes me want to cry. I know. I've been like so bad at stretching because Lockomedia just encourages me to be in good physical health. Ugh. Stitch a hat for a crocheted penguin. I've never crocheted one of those plushies before. I've only done a few halter tops, all of them different patterns, and 1 scarf, and then I knit more so. So just different beast. I didn't know you auditioned, Meg. Oh, I guess you could now, huh? Yeah, oh well. Come see my show in June 17th. There's now a student discount, a military discount, and a senior discount. It's in New Haven. I really should make a command for tickets to my current show. Put a pin in that. What is the alternative? Oh, yeah, makes sense. The show ends on June 18th. It's okay, Meg. In theory, you might be able to see me in the fall. Ooh. Wait, that means you can come visit me at some point, though. That should happen. I'm a senior in high school that's graduating tomorrow. Does that count? Wait, really? It is that time of year to graduate. Oh my gosh. What are you doing on Twitch the day before your graduation? Wow, that's a big deal. I've got the time. I think the time now. What is happening? It's like I've been on the phone all day, so my voice is just shot-ish. I don't plan on talking much. Once I get the documentary running, I'm not going to talk much. I'm saying hi to you. I moved my desk. Everything is in a different place now. Now, instead of my wall being really far behind me, it's right here. So now I can hang up my green screen poster or anything I want on this blank wall. And then I have a blank wall over here where I can put a second camera. So actually productive. This weekend going to be the busiest of the year. Is this weekend Memorial Day? Yeah. I just want to pop in here before bedtime. I got the hurdy feets. This is a dance heavy show and they've got me doing tap. Wait, before you go to sleep, how is the tap? Like, now that you've been in the show for a hot second, do you feel like you're a tapper now? Do a banana bread stream? That's kind of fun. Maybe someday I'll take that. I'll put a pin in that. You didn't see the sailors? No, I haven't really been out. I've been like having a bunch of Zoom rehearsals. And I prefer in-person rehearsals, but we're about to enter that in like a week. Not tapper. I can fake it till I make it and look good, but if you put taps on me, it's not. Oh, that's right. Didn't you say that they weren't even going to put taps on your shoes?
Side row. So start by finding that first side row.
Nope.
Going towards the back. We are going to insert our yarn onto our hook, pull through, do a chain up of 1 to secure, and now we're just going to work our way all the way across, putting.
My mouse doesn't know what to do. Okay. Now I just need to see where she puts it on the bottom. Yeah, Meg is a great rapper. Where is that? Okay.
So what we're going to need to do is single crochet along the bottom edge just so we have some stitches to work into. So first things first, making sure that our work is flipped right side out, we're going to insert our hook into any one of the side rows that we have along the bottom. Go ahead and insert your yarn onto your hook, pull through, and then do a chain up of 1 to secure.
She did it on the top. I would love to see that. Meg, I really want to do karaoke with you, like in New York. It would be fun. She inserted the hook and then she put the stitch on.
So what we're going to need to do is single crochet along the bottom edge just so we have some stitches to work into. So first things first, making sure that our work is flipped right side out, we're going to insert our hook into any one of the side rows that we have along the bottom.
Okay.
Go ahead and insert your yarn onto your hook, pull through, and then do a chain up of 1 to secure.
I finally understand. So, take this slip stitch off. Insert my hook. I'm going to do it in the same place. I'm going to go drink some hot cocoa and pass out. That sounds great. Enjoy. Good night, Megan. Thanks for subscribing. That's nice of you. So if you do it on a row that's not raised, so like here, bam. Pull it over. I'm gonna make a granny square blanket next. Just real easy. I'm a little scarred now from this project. Chain up of 1 to secure. Got it. We are now connected. Good night, Meg. I'm actually happy about the thing you updated me on. I think that's for the best.
And all we're going to do is put 1 single crochet into every side row. Since we already know how to do this, let's just do the first 2. Start by finding our first available side row. Mine is this raised row right here, so I'm going to insert my hook.
What the heck was that? Okay. I know you guys don't crochet, but let me tell you what's so annoying about what she just did. So, put the hook in, slip stitch, yeah, okay.
Onto your hook,
Mm-hmm.
pull through,
Mm-hmm.
and then do a chain up of 1 to secure.
Okay, she did the chain up. That's where I am. Then what you'll see she does is she does a single crochet before she tells you she's doing the first one. Watch.
And all we're going to do is put 1 single crochet into every side row. Since we already know how to do this, let's just do the first 2. Start by finding our first available side row.
So then she says the first one is now this one, even though she just did one. So many little things. Like, I am at square one. It's just rude. So, my first one is this one. Just single crochets. Which is over and then over.
Mine is this raised row right here, so I'm going to insert my hook into there with a single crochet.
Okay. Okay, let's watch the documentary. I'm ready to just do this on my own until we figure it out, until I make it in the round. This is a documentary called The Chronicles of a New York Locksmith. And as you know, that's one of the skills I want to learn, so let's rock.
Service.
Hey, Service.
How are you, buddy?
I'm hanging in here, man, day at a time.
So how's retirement treating you?
Oh, very good, very good. Just getting old, that's all. How's the shop doing?
The shop is, well, to
Hi,
tell you the
Christopher.
truth, I haven't been coming here that much. Wasn't much business, so I haven't been coming. Yeah, the world changed. The world changed.
Afternoon service.
Hi, is this the locksmith?
Yes.
How much do keys go for?
A lot of money.
What?
Keys start at $1.
Well, listen, I got 20 keys here. You can do better than that.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I've had them at $1 a key since the year 2000. I'm not going to lower the price. Matter of fact, the price should be higher. So I don't care if you have 20 keys. It'd still be $1 a key. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll be there soon.
All right, guy. All right. Is that a threat or a promise?
Whatever you want, boss.
Okay, guy.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye.
That's
We
so
don't
New
cut
York.
these here. We sell shoes. What size you wear? 12. 12? Oh, we don't have that. In 1969, I opened Old Brooklyn Locksmith.
Nice.
Service. What's your address? The name Old Brooklyn Locksmith came to me because I said, I'm going to cover all of Brooklyn.
Hello, how you doing, sir? This is Matthew, the locksmith.
Matthew's probably the best locksmith I know. He can handle just about any situation. After that, I got a lockout for him in the neighborhood.
How long you been doing this?
47 years.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something. I'm not busting your glass.
Not everybody could be a locksmith. It takes a certain type of person.
Oh, shit. I think I'm gonna have to go to the ATM.
Baby, if you're gonna be on the phone, please go in the other room. Thank you so much for letting us in.
Right, give the man the money.
Give the man the money. Thank you so much.
You know, I'm running a business here. I don't care about your parking situation. I lost the car.
This job is like people, I would say. You think you know it all, or you know the person, and then all of a sudden something new comes up. That's what the job is like. This is done.
We seem to complement one another.
Yeah, but y'all should give me a discount. I think you gotta talk to Tony about that.
Discount. You gotta go to the discount store. There's the locksmith store.
It's a really tight stitch here.
Let me ask you something. Where's 1935?
1935?
Yeah.
That's not this building. It's the building right behind it.
I go back around and...
Yeah, unless you want to take this spot and you can just walk through this courtyard. You got a lot of heavy equipment or something?
Yeah, I'm kind of heavy, so I'll just drive
There
it.
it is, but you're not going to get a spot on that side.
Yeah, plenty parking over there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
On the Parkway side?
Yeah.
Keep an eye on your truck, too, over there. That's where they break into stuff.
Okay.
You know, not all the time. I just, if you got something good in there.
All right. The longer I've lived in this city, I became more withdrawn from people. I only dealt with people when I had to. I'm ready to get out of New York because I'm not happy here anymore. This is for the younger generation.
I got a funny feeling when Matthew leaves, I'm gonna have to spend more time here.
I forgot I was gonna get old. That's what happened. I was looking to stay young.
Yeah, see, you're reminding me that I'm gonna get old.
Yeah, okay.
What once was won't be again. You're gonna constantly have change.
When I'm by myself, I know what I can do and what I cannot do. I don't depend on nobody for nothing.
George came in. He came in for a job. He was looking for a job. I called him up and he came in for an interview. He's gonna take Matthew's place.
To be honest, I can run the whole fucking show here. They can do everybody's job. They got the right person.
What he knows is nothing compared to what it is to be done out here. Working with someone Especially when they try to change things. I don't like that.
We'll have to see if it turns out to be good or bad.
Tonight will be clear and cool with a low of 60 in Midtown, but down to 52 in some suburbs. Right now, 64 degrees and sunny in New York.
I'm gonna tell you something, George. The key to getting a job is to get the job done.
Hello,
and done
Dakota.
right.
I already know how to change cylinders. I've been a locksmith for the last 2 years in Florida.
You never worked on a lock in the city, George. You got to learn how to deal with the people of the city also. This lock by itself is $250. So this key will not work anymore.
You're gonna have new keys for this.
Paid $250 3 years ago,
Ma'am,
and now cheaper.
listen, I'll give you your money back because I'm not going to stand here and argue with you, you know?
Nobody do like you.
Ma'am, I try to save you and keep it at the same price, and you don't want that.
Not any better,
There's
Christopher.
nothing else I could do.
But give me cheaper.
No.
I can't do that.
Pay
Yeah.
you.
Listen, if you give us another $60, you have to give another $60. We can put a new one.
I give you 50 more, and that's all. Okay?
It's a lot of work. Like, let's
Give me.
just
Because
get it.
you know,
Okay.
I'm lost.
Okay, just another 50 more and we can do it, right? Because it's a lot of wasting time explanation going on.
You heard me.
Had I had not been with you,
I did what I did.
what would you have done?
Oh yeah, what do you mean what I would do? I would do the same thing.
Well,
you do.
hold it right there. I'm the locksmith that goes in, get the job done, and get out. I ain't got time to play games. And when they start that game playing, I tell them, I'm sorry, you can call somebody else. I didn't want to be there no longer. That's why I took over. That's why I told you, finish putting the locks on,
Oh, that's why I mean,
because I actually was going to be a problem with
I feel like I'm doing this all wrong. That's the ice cream truck they have in Washington Heights. Got on my nerves so much every summer.
It's locksmith. Open the door.
Is it only German?
I was born in Georgia,
Smith.
the Republic of Georgia. I moved to U.S. when I was 14 years old. I grew up in South Brooklyn, in Brighton Beach. Before here, I was working as a locksmith in Florida for 3 years. My van was stolen with my equipment, and I basically lost everything that I had. I actually almost quit locksmithing. I came back to Brooklyn. This is not
Or hard,
only
Christopher.
like a job for me. This is like opportunity to own a business. Maybe I'll be able to own this business. If not this, I'll start my own shop.
I should make a command for that too, Anakin. Thank you. Nice night. Learning about locksmithing.
What you gotta try and do with George now, yeah, is when you go somewhere, let him ascertain
That's what I do.
what happens. Say, George, this door's fucking doing it. Sit back. You're getting old anyway. Sit back. Relax yourself. Relax yourself. Let George handle it. And then when it's something, if he does it, fine. If he doesn't do it, then you explain.
Do you really
It's
snipe?
this and that.
Legit. Can you tell me, Sniper, then? In my about section, I'm sure you're on your computer, and you click on my throne. You know, throne where you can buy streamers things. Can you tell me if the lockpicking set on that list is a good set? I mean, it looks good because I do want to be able to see what's going on the inside because I'm brand new. And it's reusable, right? So Dakota, that's how I've been living for the past 3 years. I keep hearing about that guy.
And why it's this and that. And then, don't you do it. Let him do it. But explain to him
how to do the what?
Right.
Right, Anakim, you're right. Ah.
Yeah, it's very simple as long as you got me with you. And we're going to throw you out in the water and you're going to have to swim for yourself. That's the man I'm training right there.
Well, that's a big difference. You have a man in training, there's no comparison to 40-something years experience.
Yeah, this is the locksmith. I'm at the front door. George can do it, but George's head is a little hard.
Okay,
I just came in, right? I never used these machines before.
No, but hold. You came in and asked for a locksmith's job and said you was a locksmith.
You're getting mad right now.
Huh?
You're getting mad right now.
I ain't getting mad.
Yes, you are.
And he don't pay attention enough. When I'm going, that's when he's gonna realize I should have listened to everything he had to say before he left.
Is he going to be ready when you're gone? Put all that stuff in his head.
No Tony's going to retire too. So I have this in my head that I'm going to own this business one day.
I know a lot of young guys, they're fine. They're willing to learn. But a lot of them, it's me, me, me. Now, now, now. They want everything now.
I don't know.
They don't want to work for it.
I think I just read it and didn't look at it. I'm starting at 0, so.
What do you think about these young folks? They want to replace everything. They ain't gonna repair nothing.
Easy way, right?
Yeah. We're gonna have to spread that strike a little bit.
You hold it this way, right?
Yeah, and go like you're screwing the screw in. Right there, straight out. Okay, try that. That's the way it's supposed to lock.
Oh. But does that mean you broke it? Or is it still usable? Because when I play, you know, like Skyrim or whatever, everything breaks. Okay.
Now let me ask you this one question. I wanted to ask you this. I was home and I'm thinking about to ask you. You choose locksmith as your career, right? At some point in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Could you done something better than this, what you did?
No, this was my best choice. I was born hard of hearing. That's one of the things that hindered me in school. And when I speak, if you notice, my words are different from the word itself because I speak like I hear. Certain words I can't even pronounce right because of my hearing. It affects my life a lot. But I accept it for what it is.
I'm getting into a rhythm now. These stitches.
You came into this business at a good time. I can remember when I was a little boy, locksmiths, they changed tires on bicycles. And people left their doors open, really. So the locksmith starved. Today, the locksmith earns good money.
because through the years, crime increased. It's a shame, but that's what happened. And what happens? The locksmith capitalizes on crime. Talking about crime, that door, when you start working here, that door over there, make sure it's always locked. I'm gonna tell you a little story that happened over 20 years ago.
No, it's not a trailer.
I'm in here by myself.
It's a full documentary.
All that Lexon and plexiglass is not up. Young kid comes in, maybe in his early 20s, pointing a gun at me and shaking. Probably his first job. 2 other guys come in right behind him. One goes by the front door, don't let nobody in. The other guy stands at the other end of the counter. I says, oh, this kid's dangerous, man, because he's scared and he's shaking. So I told him, listen, I'm not the owner, and I don't care what you take. Open the register for them, give them the money. One guy comes behind the counter, made me get down on my knees. I had a gold chain on my neck. He ripped the chain off my neck. They ripped all the wires out for the phone system, so I couldn't make no calls after they left. And they left. When I looked up,
Brooklyn
what
accent.
did I see?
Tough.
Jesus Christ on a cross that I had hanging on the wall. And it's still hanging up there today. I left it there. And I'm glad nothing happened.
Because it's late, Jamie, that's why.
Ten years ago, I felt I'm not gonna be alive in 10 years. I'm not gonna be here in 10 years. I was that kind of kid that wanted to be in the streets 24/7. The first time I did serious drugs I was 17 years old.
Chronicles of a New York Locksmith.
By the time I was 18, I already was in detox, trying to quit. This job and everything keeps me away from that. This is the confirmation of the food. All right. Take care. Don't do this again. I'm living a new life, different life.
I just I looked up the word documentary to see what would come up, and the fact that something relevant to my New Year's resolution did. I was like, this is the one. And it's New York.
Everything all right?
Yeah.
Still sticking to one, or you trying to play the field still?
No, I'm sticking to one.
She probably feel good about it.
I hope she feels that I'm just sticking to her.
Well, when I was George there, you wouldn't have wanted to know me. You wouldn't have liked me. I didn't even like me. George, I was the type of dude, if there wasn't a fight on Friday or Saturday night when I'm out,
You will start it.
I would start it.
I know exactly where they are.
I had to have a fight, and I don't know why. It was in me. I did shit sometimes I think back, it scared me.
Let me get you a new handle.
Okay.
Because it's spinning around.
Gotcha.
But this is working fine.
Okay.
I tighten it up a little more. Are you looking for John?
No, not friends.
You want to work? No?
What is that called? Do you know? You don't know what it's called? What? Oh.
You see people different way when you enter their house. You see their life.
Dad.
You see their kids, wife, you know. I mean, you know, it goes on and on and on.
George, would you like some soda or some water or something?
Yes, please.
Soda, water?
Water.
Water? Fresh. Take this to Mr. George.
Hydro, homie.
Don't drink it.
Don't drink it.
tell you the truth, you know, I was always wanting to meet somebody like Mandy.
It's the one in Brooklyn.
Because I never had nobody teach me nothing. Every day you learn stuff. How you doing?
Thank you, Tempericus. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Open the door. Okay. Oh.
Good job, Jamie.
Woo. Call out. George, my first impression when I first met you is that this man would be able to 3/4 fill my space. Then once I took you out, and Tony asked me, what do you think, Matthew? I think he's the man for the job. You're the man for the job.
Thank you, football. You see, who said magic doesn't happen? Thank you, God.
When you were younger, you feel like you got more to live for. You feel like the whole world is in front of you. But after a while, you go to getting older, older, and older. Your vision gets shorter. You start looking more to God than you do to this earth.
Take that one out and put the new one in. I got the piece. Doesn't work.
Which one you changing, bottom or top?
The bottom only. I hope I'm getting crazy with these lights and things. Look who's up there. You know who that is?
You like Frank Sinatra?
I like him. I come from the same town as him.
Oh,
I was born on the same street as him. 3:46 a.m. I saw the time when they tried to get in. I had a big heavy chair behind that door. How did they get in? I'm sick of it, sick. What was your name again? Matthew. Is that it? Is that right?
What happened?
Was it Matthew, your name?
Yeah, Matthew.
Oh, I do
But they
remember.
call me Matt for short.
Oh.
And the only thing I'm trying to do now is to hold on. And I don't want to rush. I want to stay around as long as I can. But
You're right, James.
when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Good to know I won't lose that dance style when I'm older.
Tony, how's Brooklyn now? It doesn't change,
That's
right?
a nice neighborhood.
Brooklyn's getting, you're getting a lot of white kids coming back. You know, late 20s, early 30s. They call them the millenniums.
Oh, okay. You know, despite of all the hard times, we had good time together too.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of good laughing days.
Yeah.
All right, say hello to your family for me and...
Likewise. You do the same.
Okay, and you take care now.
Thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Okay now, Tony.
Talk to you soon.
His name's actually Tony.
All right, bye now.
Bye.
Shots like that, you know that there's a camera person being like, okay, now slowly get up and now just look forward. We're going to get a few shots. Let's just get one from the back, silhouette, you looking at the window. You're right, CJ.
Do you want to play with the keys, Sophia?
Yeah.
Yeah?
By changing just the cylinder, you don't have to change the whole lot. Now, if you want to change the whole lot, we can change the whole lot. Yeah, baby girl. This is
Is this a Japanese director?
I think I'm the president of the household.
You're also smarter than I am. You're much smarter than I am. Yeah, of course. Look what you did. Look what you did. You married me. See how smart you are?
It's so cinematically shot for a documentary. Kind of crazy. What did we learn? Yeah, he could be in it. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely not done crocheting. What other documentary should we watch? What is Taskmaster? You know what I've been watching for the past 2 days that I'm not going to play on stream because I've already watched it like 3 times are the Death Row documentaries that Sir Trevor somebody did. I'm not doing a game show. I've watched them so many times. But real stories. I'm doing this one. Let's go. The American Middle Class Crisis. No, not... Well, the death row ones aren't... I mean, yeah, it's true crime, but it focuses on the inmates, like, just going around talking to them. And what their life is like on the day-to-day. Okay, good opening shot, but, something to... Oh, stop. Stop moving. I find them so fascinating because there's something about, like, whenever you hear about someone going to prison, that's the end of the story. If you watch true crime, it ends with them going to court and them being guilty and then them dragging them away in the courtroom. And then that's it. Then it ends. And so these documentaries see what it's like on the inside, which is just, it's something that isn't shown as often. And I think it's way better than those interviews where somebody comes in and, like, how do I describe it? I don't know. I just think those ones are spectacular. It's the Indiana State Prison ones. One is 5 years old, and he just did a recent updated one a year ago. It's great. But you have to watch the first ones first. The 5-year-old one first.
During the Great Depression, which I'm old enough to remember, there was, and most of my family were unemployed working class, there wasn't, it was bad, you know, much worse subjectively than today, but there was an expectation that things were going to get better. There was a real sense of hopefulness. There isn't today.
That's where I live.
Inequality is really unprecedented. I mean, if you look at total inequality, it's like the worst periods of American history.
Really, Jamie?
But if you refine it more closely, the inequality comes from the extreme wealth in a tiny sector of the population, a fraction of 1%. There were periods like the Gilded Age in the 20s and the Roaring 90s and so on, when a situation developed rather similar to this. Now this period's extreme, because if you look at the wealth distribution, the inequality mostly comes from super wealth. Literally, the top 0.1% are just super wealthy. Not only is it extremely unjust in itself, inequality has highly negative consequences on the society as a whole. Because the very fact of inequality has a corrosive, harmful effect on democracy.
I bet that happens a lot, Jamie. That's why I really don't want to be a teacher. I don't think I'm built to be a teacher.
You opened by talking about the American dream. Part of the American dream is class mobility. You're born poor, you work hard, you get rich. It was possible for a worker to get a decent job, buy a home, get a car, have his children go to school. It's all collapsed.
It's finally something that Jamie knows. Like, that he's good at.
Imagine yourself in an outside position, looking for Mars. What do you see?
One of your better ones, Mike.
In the United States, there are professed values like democracy. In a democracy, public opinion is going to have some influence on policy.
Oh my God, don't let me forget that tomorrow I'm meeting AOC. Don't let me forget, because I legit forgot until he brought up democracy.
And then the government carries out actions determined by the population. That's what democracy means. It's important to understand that privileged and powerful sectors have never liked democracy, and for very good reasons. Democracy puts power into the hands of the general population and takes it away from them. Well, it's kind of a principle of concentration of wealth and power. Concentration of wealth yields concentration of power, particularly so as the cost of elections skyrockets, which kind of forces the political parties into the pockets of major corporations. And this political power quickly translates into legislation that increases the concentration of wealth. So fiscal policy like tax policy, deregulation, rules of corporate governance, and a whole variety of measures, political measures designed to increase the concentration of wealth and power, which in turn yields more political power to do the same thing. And that's what we've been seeing. So we have this kind of vicious cycle in progress.
Dang it, I broke my toothpick. I need that.
You know, actually it is so traditional that it was described by Adam Smith in 1776. You read famous Wealth of Nations. He says in England, the principal architects of policy are the people who own the society, in his day, merchants and manufacturers. And they make sure that their own interests are very well cared for, however grievous the impact on the people of England or others. Now, it's not merchants and manufacturers, it's financial institutions and multinational corporations. The people who Adam Smith called the masters of mankind. And they're following the vile maxim, all for ourselves and nothing for anyone else. They're just going to pursue policies that benefit them and harm everyone else. And in the absence of a general popular reaction, that's pretty much what you'd expect. Right through American history, there's been an ongoing clash between pressure for more freedom and democracy coming from below and efforts at elite control and domination coming from above.
Well, the bridge of his
Goes
nose,
back to the
is that what's
founding of the
happening?
country.
No, I wouldn't want to.
James Madison, the main framer, who was as much of a believer in democracy as anybody in the world that day, nevertheless felt that the United States system should be designed, and indeed, with his initiative, was designed so that power should be in the hands of the wealthy, because the wealthy are the more responsible set of men. And therefore, the structure of the formal constitutional system placed most power in the hands of the Senate. Remember, the Senate was not elected in those days. It was selected from the wealthy. Men, as Madison put it, had sympathy for property owners and their rights.
Peculiar.
If you read the debates at the Constitutional Convention, Madison said the major concern of the society has to be to protect the minority of the opulent against the majority. And he had arguments. Suppose everyone had to vote freely. He said, well, the majority of the poor would get together and they would organize to take away the property of the rich. And he said that would obviously be unjust, so you can't have that. So therefore, the constitutional system has to be set up to prevent democracy. which is of some interest, that this debate has a hoary tradition, goes back to the first major book on political systems, Aristotle's Politics. He says of all of them, the best is democracy. But then he points out exactly the flaw that Madison pointed out. If Athens were a democracy for free men, the poor would get together and take away the property of the rich. Well,
this is all stuff that, like, we all know and what we all talk about. One of the best documentaries ever. You said that the professor you were talking about was this guy, right? Not from the previous documentary. I never knew this man. I don't find the man to be a leftist at all. One of the most informative and interesting. Linguistics. It just reminds me that I'm poor. Thank you for following GamerPrince25. What a time to come in. How are you? I might switch this documentary. I think I will. Oh, this is the second thing I've seen about it. Oh, that's what that meant. I thought it meant... So I saw another YouTube video about the Bama Rush documentary, and I thought it meant like Obama Rush, like 2008. I thought it was going to be about like his presidency. I don't know if I have access to it though. The full thing. This is an inside edition. I am on IMDb. Yeah, this is a break from the typical stuff I do. I'm just crocheting. I have a project that I'm trying to finish. Oh, it's upside down. This is the top. This will be the straps. It's HBO. Yeah, no, I don't have that. Man, 8 days ago? Shocking proof of real-life giants. History Channel. Am I bleeding? No. Don't think so. Oh, okay. Dude, if this wasn't just a news article, I would totally do this one. That's my guy. That's Bob Iger. I love Bob Iger. Are you a psychopath? I do like these. He probably is. Don't worry about it. There's a reason why I'm in this small screen. Okay. How sugar is making us sick? Do we want to have sugar ruined for us? Is sugar the new fat? Yeah, let's do it. Sorry.
What if you heard that sugar, something we eat every day, was largely responsible for the worldwide explosion in obesity and some of the most chronic diseases of our time? And what if you heard that sugar is addictive? and yet it's added to way more food products than you ever imagined.
That shot!
Would you think that was just alarmist bollocks?
I'm in. I wasn't paying for IMDb, so like I didn't have my pictures up. But the film credits were there. They've been there for a long time. Totem Chaser hasn't been added yet, but it should be. It should be soon. That's right, everybody. Raise my star ranking.
So the first time I heard all
care
about the sugar being toxic stuff was an American bloke on the telly, and to be honest, I just rolled my eyes because it seems like everything's toxic and bad for you these days.
Yep.
And I don't have a lot of sugar. I have some in my coffee, I have the occasional cronut, and I figure I'm allowed because I exercise. So I just thought, well, how bad can it really be? To find some answers, I'm going to meet one of the world's most vocal critics against sugar. He's the man I saw on the telly, Professor Robert Lustig, and he's become a YouTube sensation.
So we are being poisoned by this stuff, and it's been added surreptitiously to all of our food, every processed food. Okay, and the question is, why? How did this happen?
Professor Lustig is now internationally sought after for his potent anti-sugar message.
There are 3 things that sugar does that these other foodstuffs don't.
Does he look like a man who doesn't eat sugar very much? One's in chat, if you think he does, too, in chat, if it looks like he's like the rest of us.
Liver fat, cell aging, interfering with your brain's functioning to regulate how much to eat. That makes it toxic.
Sugar? Toxic? Isn't that a bit shock jock? After all, water will kill you if you overdo it. Dr. Lustig goes even further. He compares sugar with one of the most toxic substances out there.
It's not the nicotine that's toxic, it's the tars that are toxic. The whole cigarette is toxic.
Professor Lustig, are you saying that the standard of evidence for the toxicity of sugar and the disease-causing effects of sugar are the same as for tobacco?
Absolutely.
Pretty sure nicotine is
How is it that
addicting.
people are still lagging behind in terms of their understanding of the disease-causing effect of sugar?
Nigel, why do you think I'm sitting down talking to you? Because your viewers need to understand that what they've been told, what they've been sold for the last 40 years is a bill of goods that has been designed specifically to make money for the food industry and to hurt them. It's time to change the paradigm.
Well, something's got to change, because more than 65% of Kiwi adults are now obese or overweight, and nearly 33% of children. And as I look around, I'm now wondering how much is sugar implicated in all of this?
So the first question is, how much sugar do you need? And the answer is 0. Okay, there are no biological processes in the body that require dietary sugar.
Ouch.
Your liver has a capacity to metabolize a finite amount. A little is okay, a lot is not. When you overwhelm your liver's capacity to metabolize it, you get in trouble. And that is what we are seeing.
And he reckons that's because sugar is being slipped into everyday food without us knowing it. So all this stuff has got me thinking about how much sugar is in the food that I would normally buy.
That's why London food you think is boring. Because they eat it straight up.
So I've come here to a typical supermarket so I can have a look. Right, so spreads. Now some of the stuff is obvious, you know, your chocolatey, nutty spread, you think that tastes nice, that's bound to have heaps of sugar, and it does. 2 teaspoons of sugar per serving. But you wouldn't expect, I wouldn't expect, say, Marmite. I wouldn't expect to have, to be honest, any sugar in it, but in fact it has 11.2 grams times 2.5.
Jamie, can you put the link to that video in my server in the education channel? I haven't used that in a hot second. I really appreciate it.
28 grams of sugar in one of these little bottles, which is 7 teaspoons of sugar. I would not have expected 7 teaspoons of sugar
Yes, we do,
in a
Mike.
thing of Marmite.
We love to learn here.
So you couldn't get more kiwi than this. Tomato sauce. Oh my God. Per serving, right, so per squirt of tomato sauce, it's just over a teaspoon of sugar. So every, on the plate, over a teaspoon of sugar. That's...
Yeah, what do you say, tomato sauce? Yeah, that's of course something that has sugar.
So, I didn't know that. Mayonnaise, we'll go for the light, you know, got the heart foundation tick. Okay, for every of mayonnaise that you put on your whatever, that's a teaspoon and a half of sugar. Quite like tuna. Almost a teaspoon of sugar per serving. Down here, one of the old family favourites, baked beans. That has
a lot.
Good God. Per serving, there's almost 4 teaspoons of sugar. I expect loads of added sugar.
That reminds me that I did get 2 cans of baked beans, and I will be having that after this stream is over. For the documentary just made me hungry.
In fizzy drinks, but it's come as a surprise to find out fruit juice is packed with it as well.
Dude, duh. Oh, these Australians, man.
Sugar occurs naturally in fruit, which is good. But when it's juiced, you get seriously concentrated sugars. It seems there's no escaping the stuff. What's becoming really clear to me as I'm wandering around and looking at the stuff, all the stuff that I would normally buy, it's not so much that sugar's hidden, but it's kind of hidden in plain sight because it's in almost everything. Without knowing it, I've actually ended up eating quite a lot of sugar without really even thinking about it.
I have no idea what that is. Bundaberg? What is that?
Which has got me wondering, why is sugar in just about everything?
So good.
And who decides how much?
Love these shots.
So I've come along to talk to a food technologist who does that stuff for a living. Here, they develop food products for food companies.
You know, it could be a muesli bar, it could be a dressing, it could be a meal.
Like, I think, why is sugar in everything? I get why it's in ice creams and cakes.
It's cheap, so often it's used to rebalance the cost of a product. For example, a dressing, and it was an oil-based dressing, and you'd take some of the oil out because it's an expensive ingredient, and bump up the sugar.
So we're looking for the cheaper products, and to make the cheaper products, you've got to put in more sugar to reach that cheap price.
The marketers have a view that the consumers won't go beyond a certain price point.
How do you decide how much sugar to put in?
Well, I guess it's a lot of trial and error. So you taste the product to make sure that everything tastes just right. The product would then be taken to a panel.
Are they qualified tasters? I mean, who are the people on this panel?
Well, smaller companies, it'll generally be like the marketing manager and maybe even the office staff. A larger company might be able to afford to run sensory panels to get feedback from their actual consumers.
I'm sorry, but I almost freaked out for a second, thinking I was crocheting into the wrong side of the garment. I confused myself really hardcore, but we're back.
What constantly amazes me about the modern world is that marketers who seem to have a profession built on fluff and wonder make these really important decisions. Like, of course, you would take it to a marketer to see whether the food tastes good rather than someone who's actually a profession. I don't know, but you know what I mean? It's like...
Well, the marketers are meant to know what the consumers want. So if they've done their job properly, they've done the research.
She's so
But is it
nice
really
sounding
about consumer demand? Or is it about profits?
The food industry has been upping and upping the dose over the past century, and in particular in the past 30 years, and they found that when they did that, we bought more. So this is their juggernaut, this is how they're making money, and they don't want to stop. And they won't stop until they are remanded to stop. The question is, who's going to remand them? That's a question for debate.
Remand or reprimand?
I'm discovering that sugar is in just about everything we eat. But when it comes to my own food and lifestyle, I like to think I choose healthy options. This would pretty much be how I would start most mornings. It's a coffee, bit of a plunger. Go with the one sugar, not a lot of sugar. Low-fat milk, because that's what I've always thought you're supposed to have. That's followed with muesli. Nice fibre and oats and all that sort of stuff in it. And I kind of feel like I'm doing all of the right things. So, yeah, I feel like I can eat breakfast with a fairly clear conscience, really. I also take my exercise fairly seriously. About 20 kgs of books, made up with another 15 kgs of rocks. And who needs a gym? You just gotta get a bunch of heavy stuff and apply it to a hill. Crack on.
Those rocks.
I know this probably seems quite mad to most people, but I've always subscribed to that pretty well accepted theory that it's calories in, calories out. And I like sweet stuff, so if I do this, then I can have my treats. Always check. Let me just walk you through the nutritional goodness that is my normal Friday night. First off, we have the Grand Angus Diet Coke, so that's good. This is one of, I think, the crowning achievements of human civilization. It's the crunchy McFlurry. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I know, but it's only on Friday nights. The rest of the time, I think I'm pretty careful about sugar. But what about us as a nation? I was staggered to find out that the average Kiwi adult now consumes up to a massive 50 kilograms of sugar a year, depending on which study you read. That's around 32 teaspoons of sugar a day, way beyond the World Health Organization recommendations of up to 9 teaspoons for men, 6 for women, and 4 for kids.
I don't like it's 6.
And the sugar in our diet isn't just about added or free sugars, but also comes complements of refined carbohydrates, which are quickly converted to blood sugar. Stuff like bread and muffins and cake. Could I have one of those lovely cronuts, please, with the almond shavings on top? All that stuff that's cheap and tastes really good. Maybe too good. Angela is your professional, young, life-on-the-run Aucklander. She shops, doesn't exercise, and she is a sugar fiend.
Sunday morning and I'm just having a bit of a snack. Carbs and sugar is essentially my entire diet. So, because I'm not very domesticated, I chose the working life. I usually have takeaways 3 times a day.
So 3 times a day you would have takeaways?
Yeah.
What are you eating? A burrito, but there's not enough sour cream.
Where can I go that I don't have to cook, that I don't have to do dishes, that doesn't cost me that much? KFC, Burger King, McDonald's.
How is she so voluntarily saying this? Like, there's no way you could get me to say something like that on film.
I don't know, it's just sort of normal for me.
Why? Mini jar.
So I eat pretty...
Flake, did you see that? She has flake. She has flake, hold on.
KFC, Burger King, McDonald's. I don't know, it's just sort of normal for me.
Why? Mini.
You see that? This right here? Such a good candy bar. I mean, it's in the name. It flakes everywhere. Like a Nature One granola bar. But it's chocolate, and it looks like tree bark. And I miss it so much. It was in London. No, it's chocolate. It's so good.
Jar.
So I eat pretty consistently throughout the day. I'll keep lollies by my desk.
Lollies by my desk?
And I'm going to show you my stash that I keep next to my bed, and it's literally within arm's length
And it's actually not that much. It's a lot less than what I usually have.
Now, at the risk of sounding like the crazy guy on the street that comes up and accosts you about your sugar use, do you ever think of yourself as perhaps being a bit of a sugar addict?
I want to say no, but I think it's pretty obvious. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think I don't drink. I've never been drunk. I don't smoke.
You know what? She's giving me heavy Willy Wonka vibes. Like she's got the same perfect teeth for some reason. And she's passionate about it. Like, I think she's the female iteration of Willy Wonka.
They've never done drugs or anything like that. And I think I'm allowed to have one thing that I'm kind of hopelessly addicted to, I guess. Yeah, and sugar's it for me.
She looks slim and healthy, but I'm seriously worried about Angela, so I'm going to send her to a registered nutritionist.
I want one of those.
I'm really nervous. I think it's like going in to get a growling from your parents before you get the growling.
I have never seen a diet that bad in an adult before.
So nervous, I'm so...
For so long.
I'm actually like poking my nails. Okay, that's not good.
People in your circumstances tend to feel like they're bulletproof.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't think about diet and the effects that it might have in 20 years or 25 years' time. If you keep going down this track in terms of your diet, you're only really inviting those chronic illnesses that you keep hearing about.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah.
A serious reality check. Because if Angela keeps this diet up, she could well join the estimated 250,000 Kiwis who are currently diabetic. Here at Middlemore Hospital in South Auckland, they're dealing with the fallout. 580 people are now hooked up to have their blood cleaned and purified by dialysis machines. And the rate of admission is going up by 10% a year, which roughly matches the national statistics. I'm meeting the clinical head of diabetes, Dr. Brandon Walker. Brandon, this looks expensive.
Yeah, no, dialysis is a very, very expensive business. The machines, the very high requirements of staff. It's somewhere in the order of $50,000 to $100,000 per year per person.
Year.
And that's the dialysis costs. Many of these patients, because of their kidney disease, for those that have got diabetes and other problems, have additional costs to do with the poor blood flow to their feet, problems with their heart, vision and so forth. And so there'll be other direct health costs. But even above that, there is the cost that many of these people are people who could be working, who are now having to interrupt their lives to be stuck on a machine. So it has indirect costs which are far, far greater. It's a huge burden on the health system.
So like fundamentally right now, there may well be millions of dollars of health costs just in this room.
Absolutely.
Just now.
Absolutely. Useful.
Māori and Pacifica are most prone to this disease. It's affecting young and old and is largely obesity related. What's your view about the connection between sugar and obesity and diabetes and all these health problems?
Oh, there's a very clear link between sugar consumption and carbohydrate consumption and diabetes at a population level.
Early intervention could have made the difference, but instead, Middlemore is landed with the high cost of intensive care after the fact. As a clinician, as someone who works with this stuff, how should we, as the general public, think about sugar in our diet?
The simplest of those really is to reduce sugary intake, and the simplest to identify that adds no other nutritional value would be to reduce the consumption of sugary beverages. Are you having much pain in your foot from the operation?
No, coffee counts. I just don't drink soda.
No? So Nigel, Mr. Chan's a patient similar to those we often see in hospital who's got a lot of complications from his diabetes.
Those complications resulted in infections and amputation of his big toe.
But he's also got other complications. He's got some difficulty with his eyes and his kidneys and his nerves.
What do you think caused your diabetes?
Well, in fact, I was taking too much sugar. That's what it happened to me.
Even though I've got a family history of diabetes, you know, to me was, oh, Mum's taking her pills, Dad's taking his.
Marilyn is 53. She's had diabetes for 20 years and has a long list of related complications.
My retinal have come away from the walls. I've got cataracts forming in both eyes. Yeah, I've had a stent put in.
In your
It was
heart?
last year, yeah.
Coronaries? How often are you having dialysis and how much time does it take?
3 days a week I come, and I'm on 4 hours.
4 hours
for
each
of
time.
those times that I come.
What things now, you know, if you had your time again, would have made a difference for you, do you think?
My diet, eating all these sugary things that I shouldn't have been.
What sort of things were they thinking about just in any day?
I was eating a dozen apple donuts.
Truly?
Truly. And eating chocolates and lollies and, you know, heaps of sugar in my cup of tea.
Everybody's eating these lollies. Like, I am not a lolly person. Is that an Australian thing?
And
How many teaspoons?
Teaspoons of sugar, I'd have about 4.
Marilyn, people talk about that you can get addicted to sugar, that you kind of have to have it. Did it feel like that for you when you were having lots of sugar?
I had to have my lollies, you know, the really sweet, like a packet of jelly beans. That amount of sugar is a lot. I had to have it. For me, this is what happened to me with my love of sugar.
I love sugar too, but all of this is starting to give me a few nagging doubts. What about my blood sugar levels? So I'm going to have my blood tested for good measure. Sugar is strongly implicated in the worldwide obesity explosion and obesity-related diseases. For my part though, I reckon I'm pretty sensible about food and exercise. So just quietly, I'll be pretty confident that I'm doing all right in terms of the health stuff and the diet stuff, but I've had a blood test and I've kept a food diary for a couple of weeks. And I've come for an appointment with Dr. Mickey Willardon, the registered nutritionist, to see how I'm doing.
Well, I've got your results, Nigel.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to like what I've got to say.
Oh dear.
Actually.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not drastically terrible deathbed stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, but actually, it's not something to be taken too lightly.
Okay.
Yeah, so the ones which I'm concerned about are in fact your triglycerides.
Because they're bad, aren't they?
They are bad, yeah.
Okay.
So...
just so you know, triglycerides are a type of fat found in the blood.
Triglycerides are a sign of excess sugar in the diet. So it just makes the blood a little bit stickier, which increases the risk of clotting, which can increase the risk of heart attacks.
And the bad news just...
Hi, gorgeous. We're learning about why sugar is bad for you. How was your stream? How was your raid? I mean, how was your day? How was your stream? How was your day? That, yes. Thank you for following, Rebellious Wolf. Good to meet you. Yes, coming in from Rashinka. Freaking love Rashinka. I went fanboy. And I missed it. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to look at some of that VOD, because dang, I love when Rashinka goes femboy. Rashinka looks so good in eyeliner. While I'm paused, I did just finish up this step in my shirt. I hope I did it okay. It seems like there's too many rows, but it's also like that at the top. You look great, yes. So, come on, it's been a year. It's been a year. I was supposed to finish this last year. And I'm just now getting back into it. So I should just, even if there's a few mistakes, just finish it, get it over with. I'm checking something. Yeah.
Just keeps coming.
The recommended level from the National Heart Foundation would be that you'd have them below 1.7
Yep.
millimoles per litre, and yours are actually at 2.4.
That seems quite high.
It is actually quite high. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know, you look fairly fit and fairly lean, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're not at risk of inflammation and heart disease.
That was unexpected and, to be honest, quite shocking, because I thought this would just be the, oh, yep, you're great, you've got an outstanding diet, and instead I discover that actually I've got my diet and my blood results are actually quite concerning.
It did look quite concerning. He's like, all right, I put sugar in my coffee every morning. I have a banana, which has natural sugars in it, and oats, which I also think, I don't know, it just seemed like his diet really was as bad as they say. Real quick, I do have to look up what the next step of this shirt is.
I'm going to find my following side row, which is this divot. I'm going to insert my hook into there and single crochet into there as well, and that's it. I'm going to continue to do this, making my way all the way around.
What does hers look like?
So
Hers looks so nice. Mine looks so wobbly. Not to brag, but my diet is like same like. Looks like I did too many. When I wear it, it will stretch. So it should be okay.
We've made our way all the way around with our single crochet row. We have slip stitched into that chain space, and now we're going to do the bottom band.
We have slip stitch into that bottom space. Okay. Slip stitch. Slip stitch to the bottom base. Okay. So she had to get revenge.
Now our bottom band is going to be done exactly the same way as the top bands, so just a bunch of back loop slip stitch rows. So I'm just going to talk you guys through it. What I'm going to do is make a chain the length that I would like for my bottom band to be, and I want mine to be about 1 inch, so I'm going to chain 6. And then from there, just do our back loop slip stitch rows, making our way all the way around. Well, we don't have any more stitches left.
Okay, I gotta go back to the top to see how she did it. But this part was very satisfying to make.
Pretty much the same thing, but we don't already have top stitches to work into. We have a bunch of side rows, so we're just going to do a single crochet row first. So what we're going to go ahead and insert your yarn onto your hook.
Put it
pull through
in my Discord.
And from here, we're going to start by making a chain the height that we would like for our front band to be.
6.
Now, I'd like for mine to be just about 1 inch or 2 centimeters, so I'm going to start by making a chain of 5.
Yes, sir. She made a chain up of 5.
So now that we have our chain, we are going to block off that last chain.
Yeah.
Do a chain 1, and then into that chain that we blocked off, or the second chain.
Okay, so she said 5, but then on the bottom she said 6.
So what we're going to need to do is single crochet along the bottom edge, just so we have some stitches to work into. So first things first, making sure that our work is slipped crochet. I'm going to find my following side single crochet row. We have slip stitched into that chain space, and now we're going to do the bottom band. Now our bottom band is going to be done exactly the same way as the top bands, so just a bunch of back loop slip stitch rows. So I'm just going to talk you guys through it. What I'm going to do is make a chain the length that I would like for my bottom band to be, and I want mine to be about 1 inch, so I'm going to chain 6.
The bottom's different than the top. I thought it was going to be the same.
And then from there,
who followed? Who's following me in my frustration? Bagels. That's a cool name. Thank you so much for following. How you doing? Just finishing up a shirt, and we're watching a documentary about sugar.
Just do our back loop.
That's it. I'm Arts and Chats. Typically do arts. I guess this counts as an art. Nice, Mike.
Loop slip stitch rows, making our way all the way around. Well, we don't have any, I want mine to be about an inch, so I'm going to chain 6. And then from there, just do our back loop slip stitch rows, making our way all the way around. When we don't have any more stitches left to work into, I will meet you guys back just to show you guys how we're going to seam that up together.
Literally, I have to slow this down a million times to understand. Yes, Des Bagels, I sure have. Quite a few times. It's mystifying to me too, Mike. What is that? Heck yeah, go for it. Can't imagine what that would feel like. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks really bad. I'm in a position right now where I know someone is right now getting cheated on, but it's not my place to tell because I think that the cheater should tell. So I'm staying out of it. But I don't know how long I can hold that in. So the others were imaginary. Yeah, it is. So she has. How's it different from the top? 1, 2, 3, 4. She said she's doing 6. She needs to show it. How many was this band?
We have just made our way all the way around with our bottom band. We don't have any more stitches left to work into. Rows, making our way all the way around. Chain the length that I would like for my bottom band to be, and I want mine to be about an inch, so I'm going to chain 6. And then from there,
Cool. Hello, Randy C. Photo. How are you? What's up? First time chatter. Welcome in. It's very chill tonight. It's really a double-edged sword, for real. It's a big double-edged sword. Not bad in you. Not bad, not bad. Why do I have a notification? What is this, Rashinka? Do I watch this on stream? Oh, you're femboy. You look so good. Let's go, freaking Rashinka.
there, just do our back loop slip stitch rows, making our
Top border.
front band. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that our work is slipped right side out, right side up, and then we're all going to start by inserting our hook into the first stitch that we have along the right side. Go ahead and insert your yarn onto your hook. Pull through. And from here, we're going to start by making a chain the height that we would like for our front band to be. Now I'd like for mine to be just about 1 inch or 2 centimeters, so I'm going to start by making a chain of 5.
Why did she say 5 one time and then 6 the next? Do I want it to be 5 or 6? I don't have a ton of yarn left. I guess I want it to be 6. I'll try for 6. Because it gets thicker. Yeah, it's cute, right?
Hey guys, I'm T and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we make trendy and fun crochet tutorials twice a week, and if you haven't already, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to join in on the fun.
Spin.
Today I'll be teaching how to make a halter top. Halters don't get enough love, so let's change that. For this one, I tried a new strap that I'm loving, and there's some texture for a bit of spice. Speaking of, if you're looking to add some spice to your crochet life, you're in the right place. We've got hundreds of modern crochet designs, with more coming, so consider clicking the bell to subscribe, and you'll never miss an upload. Also, do me a huge favor and give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, or 2 thumbs down.
Okay, so you can see here that the bottom band is a little bit thicker than the top band. I just wanted to make sure that I'm doing what she's wearing, because sometimes I think she contradicts herself, or says the wrong thing, or... Dude, you work with leather? That's awesome. Yeah. Leather work is really awesome. So I'm gonna do 6, but I'm gonna follow what she says on the front
Band. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that our work is slipped right side out, right side up, and then we're all going to start by inserting our hook into the first stitch that we have along the right side. Go ahead and insert your yarn onto your hook. Pull through. And from here, we're going to start by making a chain the height that we would like for our front band to be.
Okay.
Now I'd like for mine to be just about 1 inch or 2 centimeters, so I'm going to start by making
Hold on. I got into it because I got sick of models I work with overpaying for crap quality stuff, and I did a little research and was like, I could do this better and cheaper. Good for you. Chokers, collars, belts, keychains. Oh my gosh. I wish I could be a model for you. That's my favorite style. Freaking love leather. And I model. I know I might not look like it tonight because I'm really just, I'm in the sweatpants mode. I'm not wearing sweatpants. I'm actually in athletic gear, but you know what I mean. Hair is just very floofy. Oh, thanks. 11 out of 10 would shoot. Oh my god, thanks. Thank you for following. Let's go. Yes, where are you based? I'm wearing leggings. Brooklyn. Yo, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in New York. Maybe hit me up. I'm down. The only thing I'm doing right now is I'm in a play in June, and then I'm a Michael Jackson backup dancer. Which some of the stuff you're talking about would probably work really, really well for my costumes for that. Yeah. Sweet.
a chain of 5.
I did 6.
So now that we have our chain, we are going to block off that last chain. Do a chain 1, and then into that chain that we blocked off, or the second chain from our hook, we're going to insert with a slip stitch.
Oh my god, I hate this part. I hate this part so much because it's so confusing what she's doing. It's so confusing.
To block off that last chain, do a chain 1, and then into that chain that we blocked off, or the second
So she flips it on the other side.
Chain from our hook. We're going to insert with a slip stitch.
She put 2. I thought I was supposed to be 1. Oh. Yeah, no, I love that. You know the band Dead or Alive? Pete Burns? Pete Burns is a huge inspiration to me, and I'm pretty sure he exclusively wore that stuff just because he thought it was cool.
So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through everything, and that's pretty much it. We are experts at slip stitches now, so
No, did you see that? Did you see the way her finger totally covered what she was doing? Slowing it down. I need someone else to acknowledge how absurdly confusing she is.
Experts at slip.
Gosh darn it, I went too far forward.
The second chain from our hook. We're gonna insert with the slip.
Yep, cover it.
So insert your hook, yarn over.
Got it? It's the next one that kills me.
Everything.
What's that?
Experts at slip stitches now.
I'm glad you agree, Randy. But her outfits are so cute. Like, she made this design herself. Okay, so I made 7. I work into the back. You're experts at flip switches now. Slip stitches. Flip switches.
So insert your hook, yarn over,
Over.
pull through everything.
Yarn over, pull through everything. Yarn over, pull through everything. Okay. I can do that. And then that's 1. 2. Let me get through this. 3. 4, maybe? 5, 6. That looks right, I think.
And that's pretty much it. We are experts at slip stitches now, so put 1 slip stitch into every chain. Now that we've
I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Gonna start over. I think I know what I'm doing a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Work into the back. 1. 2. 3. Here's where my problem was. 1. I think I made the same mistake again. This is really hard. There is no glitter. No, that's for after. I'll be having baked beans, Mike. Ricky! Yo, I feel like I haven't seen Ricky in a hot sec. How are you doing? I'm trying to get past this one part, and then once I do it one time, then I can carry on and we can keep watching other videos. Good night, Mike. Well, you're not a first-time chatter. So, I think you have been here before. As far as I know, you're the only Ricky I know on here. Five. Six. I did it. I did it. Okay.
Put one slip stitch into every chain. We're going to need to connect it into the base. So working across the front panel, we're going to find that next available stitch. This is mine right here. I'm going to insert my hook into that stitch.
Girl, your finger covered right over it.
Yarn over and pull.
Oh my gosh.
Pull through. And now our row 1 is nice and connected.
No.
So working across the front panel, we're going to find that next available stitch. This is
This one. This one here.
mine right here.
So here.
I'm going to insert my hook into that.
You tend to drink in chat, though. That's awesome. Hi. Hi. No, I don't know. You have a memorable name. Or maybe the percentage of my followers who's actually typed in chat are very few. So into the next stitch, which I think is this one.
Stitch, yarn over and pull through.
Pull through.
And now our
yarn over. Through. You're connected.
row 1 is nice and connected. Now getting started on our row 2, we're going to need to slip stitch into that next available stitch into the base. So insert your hook into there, yarn over,
Bam. Bam.
pull through everything, flip our work, and then continue to put one back loop slip stitch into every stitch. So insert your hook into the last stitch from our previous row, yarn over,
Oh, you're totally, totally fine. So infuriating. So...
pull through everything.
No, I need to see what's right here, where your fingernails are. That's what I need.
Into the base. So insert your hook into there, yarn over, pull through everything, flip our work,
Okay. True, Randy. That's so nice, Ricky. I refuse to make socks for that very reason. That's why I make scarves and hats. Wears down a lot less. Also, socks look very complicated. I admire people who make socks.
Work. And then continue to put one back loop slip stitch into every stitch.
See how she just like turned it over with her hand?
So insert your
I think I figured out which way.
hook into the last stitch from our previous row. Yeah. Yarn over, pull through everything.
Okay. Sugar.
And it's like I'm 46. I shouldn't have concerning blood results at this
So
point.
cute, Ricky.
Yeah, like it's suddenly become less a bit of a tally doddle, and I'm thinking, shit, I need to really seriously change some things in my diet and look at what I'm eating. It seems like everything I've been led to believe about eating may well be wrong. But why is sugar suddenly the bad guy? All of my life, I've believed that old dietary line that it's about fat. So you eat low fat, which means you eat less fat, which means you don't get fat. The low-fat revolution really took hold in the 70s and 80s as alarm grew over heart disease. The family roast with its natural saturated fats was out, and low fat was in.
When they took the fat out of the food tasted like cardboard. Food industry knew that. Had to do something. So what'd they do? Dump in the sugar.
And not just...
Are there people in chat who were alive at that time and can tell me, was American food better tasting at that time when it was fat and not sugar-based?
that, low fat didn't make us any thinner. In fact, just the opposite. We've got steadily fatter and unhealthier as the sugar in our diet has increased. So that's it. High sugar's out for me. Refined carbohydrates are getting the heave as well. At Nelson Hospital, they directly implicate the white stuff with another incredibly serious health risk.
Keep talking to her. Take good care of her.
This time, it's the impact soft drinks and juices are having on children's dental health. I'm in the theatre with Dr. Rob Beaglehole and his team. What size problem are we dealing with here?
In terms of the number of children having their teeth extracted each year, it's a huge number. Last year, 34,000 children aged under 14 had one or multiple teeth extracted for dental reasons.
Yo, crazy.
And we also know that this number has been increasing year after year.
So Rob, because even to a muppet like me, that looks like this thing's gone wrong there.
Well, that's right, Nigel. What I can see here is that all of these front teeth here have holes or dental decay.
Yeah.
That these shadows here decay. What we can also see is the permanent teeth up here.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, this tooth here, which has decay into the nerve and is black in the mouth, is going to need to be extracted.
It's worse than I imagined.
I agree about the trans fat thing. I mean, I always knew the trans fat was really, really bad. Okay. I successfully did the second row to the top. I just need to know how to get back down.
We are also experts at back loop slip stitches, so continue to put one into every stitch. When we reach the end of the row, chain one, flip our work, and then put one back loop slip stitch into every stitch again. I'll meet you guys back just to connect it into the base once more.
Okay, so I gotta guess. Cool. This flipper work. Okay, I understand.
Imagined and totally preventable.
That tooth's coming out.
Ah, better cannoli.
We heard from the parents that they admitted that they had a diet high in sugary drinks, and we know that sugary drinks is the #1 source of sugar in the New Zealand diet for children. The mother was talking about Coca-Cola in her baby bottle.
Think about people going up at a nanny state, but sometimes you actually need a nanny.
But this general anaesthetic is costing approximately $5,000 for taxpayers.
Yeah.
We're learning about sugar.
I guess the thing that really struck me is standing watching this,
you
the
knew
room was
that.
full of anaesthetists, there were dentists, there were house surgeons, there were theatre nurses, there was all the kit that was in there was 3 hours worth of theatre time, and I just kept thinking that none of this needed to be. In the end, this little girl had 6 teeth extracted under general anaesthetic, which is a potentially dangerous procedure at the best of times. What implications does it have if you lose 6 teeth?
Well, she's going to have eating problems, she's going to have aesthetic problems, socialising problems.
Is there a really good place in New York to get cannoli that you like? Nice humor. Also, I mean, I'll always take food recommendations.
Problems, and also,
Of all
unfortunately,
sorts.
she's going to have major orthodontic issues, which is going to involve complex orthodontic treatment later down to try and move the teeth around.
And as I soon learned, she was just one of several treated by Rob and his team today.
How old is this child again?
She's just turned 2.
She's just turned 2. On these front 4 teeth, there's actually no tooth surface left. All we can see is roots. So this child has been in a lot of pain.
She's
Literally,
2.
the
so
soft drink has dissolved the tooth to the gum line.
To such an extent, and it may have only taken about 6 months for this to happen.
that's her baby teeth, and the big ones will grow in.
But we can see that the nerve is actually bleeding. I haven't even started yet.
CJ. CJ's also lives in New York. Stop.
As a parent,
Stop.
this is excruciating to watch.
Stop. I'm freaking skipping
How
it.
much sugar goes into the soft drinks that are rotting our kids' teeth? So the likes of this one here, right, your pretty standard 1.5 litres.
Yeah, he said he was putting it in her baby
4,
bottle.
We get 40 teaspoons.
40 teaspoons of sugar.
Out of the 33,000 items that are sold in an average supermarket, that is the #1 selling item.
This is green. That must be good. Surely it's green. This one's worse. It's got 12.6 grams.
We get 47 teaspoons of sugar.
So this is the better part of 50, if we're going to round it
Almost
up.
50 teaspoons.
47 teaspoons of sugar. And this is your standard kids' birthday party fare?
Exactly. And if we have a look at this product here, this serving size is 1 and it has 600 mils. We get 16 teaspoons of sugar.
And if a kid has it,
then they're having 5 days worth of sugar.
so this
in
is
one hit.
5 days worth of sugar in a bottle.
Exactly.
Good God.
Dude, I'm so glad I don't drink soda.
I'm genuinely surprised by this. I had no idea. So now, I want to find out what the food industry has to say. In discovering just how much sugar we all consume, I've made some quite big changes to my own life. I've been following my nutritionist, Mickey Willardon's advice for the last 2 months, and now I've come back to see whether that advice has had any impact on my previously dangerously high triglyceride levels.
Like, yeah, I don't drink soda, but I do drink very sugary coffees and teas. And, like, boba, milk tea. So I know that's also something, but is it not as bad as soda? I mean, at heart, I'm a matcha person. I haven't been drinking it lately because I've forgotten about it, but I should get back into it.
All right, Mickey, so a couple of months in, what did the blood show?
Well, Nige, you've got some really good results from it. So your triglycerides, last time that we spoke, they were up at about 2.4, and they've dropped down to 1.5, which is great.
That's good. Really good, because those previously high fat levels in my blood could lead to strokes and heart attacks. And there's more good news. I lost about 3.5 kg in about 10 days. And it's all here. Like I've gone in a belt size.
That's why I like matcha. It calms me down. I need to drink
Big
it more.
implications for me, and there are potentially big implications for the world economy as well. Credit Suisse, one of the world's leading banks, has also weighed into this debate, directly linking the consumption of excess sugar with the worldwide increase in type 2 diabetes, obesity, and a thing called metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome includes high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess cholesterol, and body fat, all of which increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, and brought on in large part, Credit Suisse claims, by too much sugar. They surveyed GPs in Europe, Asia, and the US, and 90% of them believed that that was the case.
No, you're 100% right, Ricky, which is why I feel that way about London food, England food, and how people call it boring. But when you live there for a while, it starts to taste fine. And then I came back to the States and everything was way, way too salty and sweet. And now I'm used to it again, but there's no way that any of our diets here are that great. And also, what kind of cat do you have? I'm a total cat person.
Food industry doesn't want to hear this. This is anathema to them. So what do you think they're going to say? Shonky science, lousy, poorly done. Who's this American? We don't believe it. We're going to keep doing what we're doing.
The food industry has its own interpretation of the science. I want to hear their opinion about Professor Lustig and his whole sugar is toxic message.
I think Robert Lustig exaggerates the role of sugar. I think a lot of his comments are melodramatic. Some of his comments have been called hysterical. And so when you look at the comments from a number of well-respected academics in New Zealand and around the world, they'll say, look, he's raising the issue about consuming too much sugar, but to say sugar is toxic and sugar is a poison as a standalone statement is patently untrue.
Maybe, but sugar is heavily implicated in bad health outcomes. So why not price it out of easy reach? Why not introduce a sugar tax?
Nowhere in the world has a soda tax made a big difference to obesity, or fat taxes made a big difference to obesity. Because the issue is, it's not the sugar or the fat, it's everything. It's eating too much and not getting enough exercise.
I think it's interesting with regard to sugar, in particular soft drinks, that they are often cheaper on
16-year-old Siamese. Dude, I never see Siamese cats. Oh, that's so cute. Also cute emote. And I love huskies. I love how certain cats have certain personalities. I'm a Maine Coon girl myself. The dog of cats. Just because they're so gorgeous and big and fluffy and beautiful. But I have definitely become a black cat person. And if I ever get to own a cat again, which that has to happen at some point in my life, I'd love to get a black cat. A girl black cat. They're so sweet. A lot of them. And so pretty. PR for one of these companies? Who, me? Who? Oh, I missed her intro. That girl. I don't remember. I think she's just a journalist, but I could be wrong. No, wait, it's a guy that's leading the whole thing. Was she the food technology girl? No. I have the memory of a goldfish when I stream. These ones are Dobermans. Black cats are mushy pit bulls. That seems right. Yeah.
On a per litre basis than water is delivered to the same place. And I think we could redress that by having something in the cost structure. And industry haven't done that themselves. They've actually priced the water as being more expensive.
Yeah, it's interesting. They say, oh no, price won't make any difference.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that price seems to be very relevant for the constituency that are drinking the most of this stuff. And it's typically children, often poorer people.
The food industry argues that a sugar tax would only bump up the price of food and hurt those who can least afford it. But the New Zealand Medical Journal has published research saying a 20% tax on soda drinks would not only save lives, but generate millions in revenue for health programs.
Part of learning to be an adult is navigating your way around all those choices.
Don't like being an adult. Shh, Ricky, they can't know. They can't know. All I'm saying is I'm having Bush's baked beans after this. Absolutely, Randy. I really need to dance more. I should do a dance stream soon. It's just smart. I haven't done one in a year. Absurd.
Because the choices you make will have an impact on your life. The government can't make you go for a walk around the block.
Completely agree.
The government can't decide what you want to put in your supermarket trolley. And I don't want to live in a country where the government has that kind of control.
When we're talking about people making better choices around nutrition
and
taking more responsibility, how difficult is that in light of the very skillful, focused and effective marketing campaigns that the people selling us the stuff do?
Let's not pretend for 1 second that any marketing campaign can force you to take something off the shelf and put it into your trolley. It still comes down to personal choice and understanding how important moderate eating is.
But the psychologist in me, and I can't help being one, says that they are very good at influencing our behaviour. I mean, so I guess what I'm asking is, in the context of...
I have a different view. I think advertising campaigns give me the information that I need as a consumer, but I'll decide what to put in my trolley.
It's all very well.
I disagree with her. Here's why. One word. Corn. There's a few documentaries out there that talk about how like 95% or something crazy amount of the foods in grocery stores in America has corn in it. And it's not really so much up to you what you put in your cart. I mean, because it's in everything besides basic fruits and vegetables. They sneak it into freaking everything. I put the gummies in my drawer. That's what you can even find at a store. Yes, yes, yes. The illusion of choice, exactly. Dude, me too. I was just gonna bring that up. I live really close to a nice fruit and vegetable place. I need to shop there more. So far, the only things I bought there are avocados. But if I have a blender, I might. I'd love to make more smoothies. Oh, yeah. I've been in her position before.
To talk about personal responsibility, but how's this for a little bit of persuasion? I've just been to the supermarket and bought 3 1.5 litre bottles of soft drink for $6. $6. And a lot of the people that I've been talking to say they feel there's little or no personal choice in it because they're addicted or at the very least habituated to sugar. So isn't it time the food industry stepped up and took more responsibility?
Ew, I forgot about Family Dollar.
Ultimately, the food industry doesn't care what they sell you, as long as they sell you.
I had that at my college.
As long as their profits are untouched, they'll sell you anything you want. And I'm not against the food industry making money. I am against the food industry making money by selling things that hurt people.
So it has to be government level and it has to be across the board because...
I don't see any way around it. I don't see how government can stay out of it. Because how can the food industry work in concert without governmental leadership?
But while the opposing sides dig in, at Yandara School in South Auckland, they're not waiting. They're taking their own action. Here they've banned soft drinks, and they're encouraging real lifestyle change. So how entrenched was all that fast food, sugary drink stuff when you first started?
Oh, incredibly entrenched. It was just the junk food was who we were here. We didn't see any healthy food. We didn't see fruit. We didn't see bread, we didn't see water. So we would see the takeaways coming in for lunch, we would see the takeaways coming for breakfast. That was who we were at that time.
And there's been a marked ripple effect. In terms of changing behaviour at home of parents, has that made a difference?
We've used our children to be the educators of their parents, basically. And it's really lovely when parents come in and tell us funny stories of when they've been to the supermarket, shopping with their 5-year-olds who will say, no, we can't have that. We want to have healthy food, and this is the reason why.
No fast food here, and the principal says they're getting noticeably slimmer.
Salt and sugar's so good.
So what have you guys got in your lunch today?
I agree.
You've got an enormous bag of carrots and, oh, look at that, we've got the nuts in there, and you've got oranges and yogurt. And...
I'll never forget my high school boyfriend, my second high school boyfriend, one from freshman year, one from senior year. The one in senior year would always have just these giant carrots and celery sticks for lunch and maybe one other fruit or vegetable, but it was that every day. Which, I don't know, it's not that weird, but it was weird compared to everybody else, I suppose. He was in good shape. So send me your IMDb when you can. All you need to do is just look up my name, Charmian Bird, and I pop up. The only difference is I now have some photos up there. That's it. That's all. But yeah, I do need to make a command. Thank you for reminding me. Carrots, cucumbers, and pastries. Yeah, see, my favorite was Bosco sticks, the calzones. Gosh, I don't remember what... I think they had really good mashed potatoes in school. I don't remember.
Fruit. What's better for your teeth? Is it better to drink water or fizzy drink?
Water.
Aha!
Water makes you better.
Hydro homie.
Yes, it does. Water makes you better.
And you go toilet. And you...
Yes, that's true. So here's the thing. Clearly what Yandara School's achieved is remarkable. They have changed the way that their kids eat, and because of that, they've reduced the amount of obesity in the school. Who likes cucumber? Oh, the kids are better in class, their families are changing, and it's changing the wider community as well. It's all very well to talk about personal responsibility, and a lot of people think that's just people should sort stuff out for themselves. The truth is that that's not how you change behaviour. The psychology of how you change behaviour is you need leadership, and you need focus, and you need follow-up, and you need people to steer the process. It's what the team at Yandara School have done, and it works. Sugar is utterly entrenched in our way of life. Now, so is diabetes. It's one of the greatest health crises we currently face. Every day, it's estimated another 50 Kiwis are becoming diabetic.
Every country on the planet has seen an uptick in obesity. But worse yet, we have seen an uptick in diabetes that actually outclasses the increase in obesity.
Can we turn that round by cutting back on sugar? In Paraparaumu, just outside Wellington, Marianne is living proof that we can. It smells nice.
It's a good pace.
Thank you, Randy.
My mother and her sisters have all been diagnosed with late stage diabetes, and Mum ended up having a kidney transplant, and she was on dialysis before that. She ended up in hospital and she ended up in a coma.
So you saw diabetes take your mum's life, and then you were told that you were pre-diabetic, so that must have been pretty crushing.
It was incredibly stressful and very, very scary. Gary came home one day after work, after we'd been looking at various diets. He came home and he said, "We're going sugar-free."
Gary, Marianne's husband, is a pilot. He led the charge. Hey Gary, Nigel. Just come round to your place to cook a curry.
Oh, love it. We went through the pantry, went through the fridge. If it had more than 5% sugar, it was gone. We found dextrose or glucose was our sugar substitute, and then started eating real food.
How easy was it to give up sugar? Because did you miss it?
Oh, that first couple of weeks was, probably the first 4 days were the worst.
It smells really nice. Part of me thinks this is fantastic because it's really simple. But where does this fit in terms of all the sugar stuff?
The curry paste that we use have got less than 1 gram of sugar per 100 grams.
Right.
And we advocate with sugar-free cooking that it's not actually sugar-free, but it's within 4 grams per 100.
So you're not like a total zealot, like you don't treat it like it's just toxic. You'll still have a little bit in there.
Yes.
But you just keep it at that lower E.
That's correct.
That simple choice has had a profound effect on Marianne's life and health. What difference has it made for you in terms of the physiology?
It's made 18 kilos difference to me.
And what about the diabetes? What's happened with that?
That's gone. I'm not pre-diabetic now, so that's excellent. So I have absolutely no risk of being diabetic, apparently.
It's so much like
What was your life like before you got rid of sugar? Like, what were you like then?
I was big. Really big. My peak got 106.
And now?
72 and a half.
That's quite a significant drop.
Yeah, it's 25% of my body weight.
It does make me angry because I shouldn't have got pre-diabetic. My mother shouldn't probably have died of diabetes. And it makes me mad. They could have avoided it if we didn't have sugar in our lives.
There seems to be this really lovely looking...
That's Gary's berry fat bomb. It's got no sugar at all.
That's really nice. It tastes like it should be really evil. So you don't actually have to become this sort of soulless, joyless, nice stuff-less life. You can all still have really nice things. The results speak for themselves. Here are Gary and Marianne enjoying good food and good health in large part by cutting right back on sugar. When I started this journey, I thought I was doing all right, moderation in all things, you know, a bit of sugar to go with the exercise. Turns out, I was far from all right. My blood count was too high in the fats that cause strokes and heart attacks. I discovered that our sugar-rich diet and the volumes of soft drinks we're swilling is tipping us into a crippling health crisis.
Do you think this journalist stayed with it? Oh my God,
numbers.
stop.
What we do know is that we don't give our 2-year-old kids tobacco to smoke. We don't give our 2-year-old kids alcohol to drink, but we do give our 2-year-old kids soft drinks to drink.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's to reduce sugary intake, and the simplest to identify that adds no other nutritional value would be to reduce the consumption of sugary beverages.
Question is, how much proof do you need before it's time to make a change? We need to turn this around. This is a public health crisis, and there's only one way to do it. Get the sugar out of the food.
Well, I cut sugar, and result, my bloods came right, and I lost weight. Sugar is now implicated in all sorts of diseases. I've looked at the research and I'm convinced. Sure, big portion sizes, processed foods, and a lack of exercise also contribute. But we can't force people to exercise. We can do something about reducing sugar. If we don't, the burden on our healthcare system doesn't bear thinking about.
John, if you're still here, I'm crocheting. That's why I'm looking so disgruntled. Finish this row.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.
Yeah, I know. Giving soda to kids at all is just... Yeah, I'm really not a soda person. But when I do drink soda, the flavor is so strong. But I know that if you drink it a lot, it loses that. It loses it. It gets weaker to you. Let me show you what I'm doing. Sitting in microphone. It's okay. He was talking about how much sugar is in baked beans, and I'm like, oh, I have some in my fridge. I'm definitely going to get that after this. So to update you, we have just this much of the bottom band. It's going to go all the way around. Looks pretty nice. Kind of a long shirt. Found the feature on. Thanks. Yeah, here, John, this is what the finished product will look like. I started this shirt last year, and it didn't take me very long to get it to this point, but then I just stopped for a year. Oops. Ta-da! Different color, but it's this design. So I'm working on this bottom band here. And then after I do that, the only step left will be to connect the halter top straps in the back. But that's it. My headphones just died. Love me a yearly shirt, yeah. Okay, let's see. That'll be cool. Right. I'm excited. It's the time of year that I should be wearing this. So I should really finish it up in the next few days and then try it on. Wear it outside. Like a bikini. Me too. I've also made two other things. Two other halter tops, sort of. One is a bikini top looking one, yellow. And then one is a green halter top. It's a different pattern. That's it. Maybe we're gonna have extra shoe with it. Yeah. I could definitely put that on my Ravelry. I'll tell you what. If anybody here knits or crochets, 10 out of 10 recommend getting a Ravelry account. It's the... Oh, what's a good comparison? It's the Wikipedia of your own knitted projects. You can find other patterns. And all your yarns and needles and all of that. Good site. I recommend. have too many tabs open. So yeah, I moved my desk. I now have a million outlets around me so I can plug my phone in while my computer's plugged in and my ring light. I'm no longer using my lamp to light me up. I have the ring light behind my computer. This is good stuff. It's really good stuff. This looks like a big step up for bikini. Yeah. It's a trickier pattern, for sure. Oh, do I usually look more yellow? Yeah. My ring light has cool mode and warm mode. I can set it as many ways, one way or the other. And brightness. This is the song Willkommen from Cabaret. Cabaret? Cabaret? Thank you so much. Thanks, Randy. Let me just get my end credits. You'll be on my end credits, Randy. Who do I raid? Someone, give me someone to raid. Yeah, CJ, take care of us. Oh.
Need to do this.
Thank you so much. I think you paid for one of my cans of baked beans with your sub. Thank you, Bezos. Thank you, CJ. What are the qualifications? I don't care. I don't care right now. Just get us out of here. Normally I scan people, but I have too many tabs open. Beans? Yeah. Bush's baked beans, Rashinka. I always have 20. Yeah, but when you're streaming, it's too many. Let's find someone who has one viewer right now. I haven't done that in a long time. Or like someone I've never met. Live channels, category, cozy. Sort by low to high. I don't want it to be an avatar. I want their face to be there. Someone is playing League of Legends. You might be muted. Hello, my name is Stefan. I focus on having a great time. I'm a member of the National Guard. I can solve a Rubik's Cube, and I sing, somewhat. I love that. Let's do him. He's not even affiliate yet, so give him some love. I'll start doing raid messages soon, but I don't know. You guys know what to do. Too many freaking tabs. Okay. Let's go. Good night. Mwah.